what are my dreams now? There were some minus degrees in the nights, but I had my hot water bottle, all my like winter gear. It was hard, but in that moment you really had to like go into yourself.
So hello.
Just a second. Just give me a like.
Okay, shake it off. Today the visit is in the workspace and life space and vehicle of Minja Kolehmainen, who is an artist from Finland. Based, where are you based?
Where are you based? I am actually based just on the road at the moment. It depends on where I want to go. I'm based there, maybe.
This is a first.
Yeah.
I haven't had a visit like this before. And yeah, we're going to talk about the space at some point. But yeah, there's plenty to talk about in that domain. But maybe at first, what are you doing? What kind of an artist are you? What are you working with?
Well, at the moment, I'm concentrating on wood carving and making sculptures from linden wood, and also making installations, like big installations for public and private spaces.
So living in a van and working with wood in it.
Yes.
Another level there.
Yes.
Yes. I mean, it's a fun fact maybe to mention that we've been arranging this meeting for almost 2 years now, is it?
Yes.
But I'm really happy that it's happening.
Me too.
At this point, yeah. Because I met you in the Konstrundan Open Studios event. You were participating there.
Yes.
Yes.
And it was in Vallila.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I didn't even have the podcast back then. Yeah, no, I didn't. But then, I mean, this is such a unique spot and a setting that you don't really forget it. So, and when I started the podcast, I was like, oh, I have to talk with you at some point.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about your backstory. Like, how did you get to this point?
Wow.
What did you study, for example?
I studied art in UK. So I moved there around when I was 20, I think so. So I was studying applied arts there, and that was like dragging me there. But before then, I don't know, the life was kind of leading me in there, just giving these opportunities, and I was like, I need to grab it. You know, you get opportunities, like I can't say no. I was like, no, I will take it. And so I went to UK, and after that I felt like, okay, wood is my material. I found the wood kind of there, and it felt like, okay, this is what I want to work with. And I felt like, okay, I need to learn how to make proper joinery, because I was interested of furniture. Furniture that combines art and design, basically. So a furniture that is like an art piece, but functional. Okay. So then I felt, okay, I need to go and study how to make furniture, like properly, traditional way. So that's the reason why I came back to Finland, and I wanted to go and learn how to make furniture. And then I was there in the furniture industry, making furniture, first studying it, and I loved it. That was my dream at the time. And
were
then
you working for some company
yes,
at that point?
Yes. I was working in Fiskars for Nikari Oy, and I was there for 7 to 8 years. So very long time. But that was like my dream at the time, and I was super happy. And Fiskars is amazing village. But then, you know, every era has its own time to end. And I got the feeling of, okay, I need to like listen more about my heart, because I wanted to create more of my own things. So basically, like, I was still creating, but it was very limited, like my own art and my own projects while I was full-time working. But then everything changed like very suddenly because my dad passed away. So then I was like, okay, everything stopped and I had to rethink my own life, like what do I really want and what now, you know, because the bottom of the life just disappeared in a way.
Yeah, and then in moments like that you really understand that it has an end, you know.
Yeah,
you have to do with it something while you can.
Yes, definitely. And then I went back to, okay, what are my dreams now, and what I've been like, what do I do now? So then I took a break, like a 1 year break basically from my whole life, and went for traveling. And I didn't put any pressure on myself. And at the time I didn't want to create anything also, because
Where did you go?
I went first to around Europe with the buses and with a boat, first to Sweden and then with the buses all the way to Portugal.
Buses.
Oh. Yeah. It was interesting. But yeah, I went to Portugal and then I flew to Sri Lanka. And then I was there for quite a while.
How did you choose to go to Sri Lanka? It's such a sounding like random place to go.
I know, but because I said to myself, okay, I have 1 year time to travel and I allow myself fly only twice. So 1 return ticket, okay? So then at the time when I was in Portugal, it was like December, something like 2019, okay? So I was thinking, where can I surf at this point? So I was like, okay, where there is warm water and I can surf, where should I go? Okay, let's go to Sri Lanka. So then I was there for 3 months. And then the plan was after that to come back home, build up my small van, because I had a smaller van before, build it up so I can live on that for like 6 months, the other 6 months, and going around Europe. That was the plan. But the COVID came, okay? So I came back.
COVID was a great time to live in a van.
Yeah, it was. But, so I flew back to home when COVID just started in 2020 March. I still built up my van because I didn't have a home at the time, because I sublet my little apartment, which I had, so I couldn't like say just leave and I will come there, you know, and I didn't want to do it anyways. So I built up my small van and I lived in that basically.
But that was not this.
No, it was a small, like a Hyundai H1, like, you know, just like a...
I have no idea when you say Hyundai
okay,
H1.
don't worry. Basically, it's a small van, so you can't stand up. Okay, so you can just lay down, and it had like a little back door opening, and you had like a little roof, so I had a kitchen coming out from the like outside.
Yeah.
But I have to remember, like this spring, the 2020 spring was super cold. I didn't have a heating there, and it was quite a rough. Like there were some minus degrees in the nights, but I had my hot water bottle, all my like winter gear, and I was just by myself. I was like traveling in Finland around the coastline. Everything was closed. I was just by myself and I fucking loved it. You know, in a way it was hard, but in that moment you really had to like go into yourself. And
a proper sabbatical.
No, seriously, it was like it was so important at that time, like so important. And I think most of the people actually had to do that also at those times. You know, they actually had to stop and to look inside a little bit. Okay, what's going on? How do I feel? How is my life? You know, questioning things.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so I took like a year off, and then my art started to come slowly back in a way. I started being more creative because I had to have that break first, in a way.
Very interesting journey.
Yeah.
How did you even choose Portugal to begin with? Was it again connected to the surfing, or did you have some connection to Portugal?
No, there was a connection to the surfing because I really wanted to learn more about the ocean. I wanted to surf. I wanted to be in there because I was very afraid of the ocean and like big waves. I had these like crazy nightmares about the big waves coming, and I was always like running away. For years.
I've had similar dreams.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you still have those?
I haven't had recently, but
okay.
I have this fear of deep water.
Okay. Yeah.
For sure.
But it's crazy. It's crazy, that fear, like and like when you have those dreams, and then I was just so fed up with the dreams. I was like, fuck, I'm done with these dreams. I need to go there and learn the ocean. Yeah, like go there and see what is going on. Well, that's why I went there, and I went for like a 3-week surf training. So they were actually teaching me about the ocean, how you can read it. So since 2019 I've been mostly near the water.
I am very curious how a person from Finland, there is a lot of water around here, but it's really kind of still water. There's not many waves. How do you get into surfing?
I have to say there are actually surf in Finland too, but it's like a different kind of surfing. There can be big waves, but it's like a wind wave. Okay, so you have a lot of wind. You have like a storm, and then people are going to surf in the Baltic Sea. But this I didn't know at that point yet.
So then it's like hoovering.
Yeah. No, but it's a totally different kind of surfing. But they do it, and I do it sometimes here too. But I don't know. I think it was just the dreams that got me so into like I need to go next to the ocean, and then it just grew, like the feeling of I need to be near the water, near the ocean, because I realized that I can also be very peaceful there. Okay, so it's a funny thing because you can be peaceful, but you can be also scared, but because of the power of it, okay? But you are really respecting. You are like, you have to be humble. So it's kind of, it balances you out somehow from the inside.
Interesting. So did you manage to get over that fear? Are you now?
No, I'm still afraid of it. But it's a different kind of, I'm not like that. I'm not afraid of, like, in a way how I was. But I love the water.
Do the dreams still come?
No.
So yeah, you have kind of sort of.
Yeah, it's, of course I've overcome certain fears. Now it's maybe just changing a little bit, you know. Now I'm more like afraid of the big waves, you know, not the smaller ones. The smaller, okay, I'm okay there, you know.
What's the biggest wave that you've seen? I haven't seen so big.
8 meters is the biggest I've seen.
That is so abstract in my mind because I've never seen such a wave.
Yeah, but you have like in Europe you have like, I don't know, like 25-meter wave. The place is called Nazaré in Portugal. That's like the world's biggest waves. Like people go and travel there to see them. They're like the crazy big. I need to send you a link on the YouTube. You can see like the person is like this and the wave is like a how do you say, like a kerrostalo, like a
apartment building.
Yeah. But there I saw the 8-meter waves. I really wanted to see like the very big ones, but 8 was already quite a fucking huge.
It sounds quite huge, for sure.
Yeah,
it's funny. This is like people come to Finland to see the Northern Light. You go to Portugal to see the big waves. And then you went to the point of you're starting to make art now.
Yes, it was like I wanted to combine this lifestyle that I found, like a nomad lifestyle. So I don't have to be in one spot. Like there is nothing to keep me there. So I wanted to combine working with my art and also that. So then I came up with this the mobile workshop.
Yeah, and I think that it was a few years ago that this hashtag van life was a huge thing.
Oh, for sure. And I think it still is. And like, it's just, yeah.
Yeah,
it's been
was like a giant wave of people who bought vans and started living in them.
Definitely. Yeah. But then I really wanted to like, because I was thinking, okay, so how can I like combine the making? Because I needed some tools also, and I wanted it to kind of, I was really thinking, how can I manage and how big the space has to be and how big things I could make in there. So also it gives you a different kind of, you have to be more creative when you have a limited space, limited tools. Because before that I had like I could use the workshop of the company, or having all these facilities and I can make a big things, and it was different thing going from that to like a small.
You've gone very in the other extreme kind of with the space.
Yeah. Now actually it's almost 3 years. Actually it's 3 years now, end of May, that I've been living in this one.
Wow. And how did your close people feel about when you told them, okay, I'm gonna do this nomadic life now? Were they like, what?
No, not really. I think I think people were very supportive, and they knew me in a way that it's I've been around, going to places and living in UK and also doing, it was no problem for them. Of course my mom is like a little bit worried, so is everything okay? It's like, yeah. But
yeah, before we started you mentioned security in the van. Like this is gonna be very random now talking about that, but
that's okay.
It's okay, yeah. Because I think, I've seen many videos of the van life people, travelers, although they're mostly from the US, which probably is different. But have you ever felt unsafe in the van?
Yes.
And
yes. And I'm very conscious about where do I park, how do I park. Everything has to be in a way, when I go to bed, I need to feel fine. And I need to, if some area feels shitty, I will leave. So I'm going a lot with the feeling of what kind of energy is in that place, okay? And if there are other people, other campers, other caravans, then I feel more safe in a way.
No.
But then when I go to bed, everything has to be ready. So in a way, if something happens, I can quickly jump into the front and drive away. So I can't leave things like this,
Yeah. Has something like that happened? Have you had the need to drive away fast?
Not in that sense, but yes. No, actually, yes.
Oh, gosh.
Yes, but it's been at the daytime, not when I've been sleeping.
Oh.
Yeah. But it's better to leave and not to see what's gonna happen,
For sure.
Yeah. It's been just some random man coming around and checking around or doing something else stupid outside.
I feel like we got a bit distracted.
That's okay.
Let's talk about your art. Yes. So what kind of work are you doing at the moment?
So, because nature is super important for me, and this is how I actually found back my creativity and kind of peace of mind in the nature. So this is where I get the inspiration right now. So mainly water. Well, water was a big influencer on my art.
Has been with you.
Yeah, it's
for a while.
Has been with me. So I wanted to create that feeling what the water brings for me and carve it into the wood in a way, and I really want to create this a peace and feeling of hope, and this what I I get from the nature basically. And also most of the work that I do is touchable. So I want it to be something that you can also touch and feel the energy of the wood, because the wood has like amazing energy in it. And it's calming and it's healing in a way too. Yeah.
It's funny that you're trying to put the water in the wood, which is like that this so elusive and then the fluid, and then the wood is pretty sturdy and hard.
In a way it is, but they are still super connected. You know, they are like the wood has water, it's going all the way there, it's moving with it, it's growing with it, and also like the rocks, I'm amazed about the rocks. You know, it's like near the ocean or the sand, so everything which is kind of connected to the water, well, everything is actually connected to the water.
Everything is connected in general.
Yeah, that's the thing.
If you go far enough.
It is, that's true. Yeah. But now also I've been like getting more into not just the water, but also the woods, you know, being in the forest, like, and getting the feeling from there and bringing that to the wood also. Let's see.
Do you have something coming up, like an exhibition or something?
Oh, yes. At the moment I am making a big installation of these letting go leaves for I'm losing my word, for it's Onoma's exhibition in Fiskars, and Onoma is a cooperative of artists and designers and architects in Fiskars basically.
And they've been together there for 30 years.
30 years they've been there. Yeah, so there is a big exhibition coming up, and also at the same time is the Fiskars Art and Design Biennale. So the whole Fiskars is gonna be like.
When is that happening?
It's starting on the 16th of June.
So pretty close.
It's pretty close, but it's ready. Like the pieces are here and there.
And until when is it going?
Until 1st of September.
So there's a lot of time to be able to see it.
Oh yes. Good. Oh yeah. So that's one exhibition, and then there is a solo exhibition coming, which is also in Fiskars in Kupro Gallery. It's a very beautiful space. So I will basically bring my I will build up my own little workshop inside the gallery. Okay, so I will be making there, and also all the time coming new pieces onto the wall. So it's like a changing exhibition that changes all the time.
Right.
So I will be carving there. People can come in, have a chat.
Is that gonna be in the same time?
It's gonna be, yeah, and that's gonna be actually 4 weeks open, starting from the 9th of July.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's pretty soon too.
Excited?
Yeah, I am.
Nice. Well, people can go and check it out if they would be interested in that. There's time.
And I need to mention one other thing that I'm very stoked about, because I'm really excited. I will be going to Habitare. The
Habitare was the
art and design fair in Helsinki.
Yes.
The big.
I have been once to that.
Okay.
I don't know what was the reason, but yeah, it's about interiors. And
interiors mainly, yes, and art and design. And I will be there, and I will actually drive this car into the stand.
Oh, that's gonna be nice.
I know it's gonna be I think different.
I'm not sure if it was on Habitare or some other fair that they had vans there, a lot of vans.
Really?
I mean, it was something about
the van life or something.
Go and buy a van type of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can totally see a van inside of that.
Okay.
But yeah, van where you are actually are you gonna be actually staying in the van, living there during that?
Not living, no. It will be there for shown to people, and also like on the same stand I will have my own work shown, of course. So
Yeah.
But they will see the workspace and the home and also my work. So
When was that happening?
11th, starting from the 11th of September.
So the one ends and the next one begins. So
Yeah.
if you haven't seen the first one,
Yes,
you can go to the
yeah.
second. You mentioned the leaves. I'm looking at them over there at the wall right now. But can you tell me a bit more about the work itself? Like, what is behind it?
Well, this specific work with the leaves, I've made installation of those leaves. You can have like, well, I think on the first installation I had like 40 leaves just dropping from top of the wall to down to the ground. So it's called letting go. So whatever like you feel like which is not serving you anymore, some emotion, some pattern you are having in your life that is just continuing all the time the same and it's like fucking you up or whatever, you know. So it's time to let go. Just let go so you get some more space for something new. Because otherwise, if you want to hold on to everything, all the emotions, everything, you're just gonna get packed, you know. So it's better it's okay to let go one by one, you know. So that's when I started making those, like when you get like, okay, so it's very meditative for me to make these. Also when it's like repetitive, you make many of them, so it feels good.
Yeah.
It's kind of a healing process going on there.
Yeah, you're also letting go.
Oh yeah, of course.
Are there other like themes in your work? What is it?
Yes, it's a lot about like connection to your inner self and going through your own emotions, and also the connection to the nature. So these are the big themes in my work at the moment. And like, for example, my roots, I'm making these like reliefs, like a circle reliefs for the wall, and it's called roots. And this is something that you can touch, and you are kind of rooted into the earth. This is something that, yeah, it sounds a little bit silly when I'm saying it like this. It's more like, also I don't want to like explain maybe too specific too, like, because also I want to give a little bit of space how the person when it sees the piece, so it's not expecting anything, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but it's a lot about the connection to myself and the nature, and the feeling of the actually connecting with the piece. How do you feel when you touch it? Now I should actually give you a piece so you can feel it. Now you can like feel it, so you can like touch it, feel it, and you maybe understand a little bit.
You don't cover it with anything on top, the wood.
This no. This one no.
It's very smooth.
It is very silky, and because when you like put something on top, sometimes it gets the I don't know, for me it kind of changes the energy and the feeling, even if it's like very natural oil or whatever. I can take it, it's okay.
Okay.
So it's like some pieces I just want to keep it like this. Yeah. It's like a silk.
How do you sustain your practice nowadays?
Well, I've been fortunate and I got some grants, which is super nice.
Oh yeah, maybe it's good to mention that the van came to be.
Yes.
Because of a grant.
Yes, I got a 1-year working grant from the Finnish Cultural Foundation, and that's how the mobile workshop started. And basically, like, most of the things are made to an order.
Have you been anywhere apart from Portugal and Finland working?
On that year when I got the grant for the mobile workshop, I was going around Europe and Finland. So that was like the whole thing. I was meeting a lot of artists, getting my inspiration back. Before I started, I felt like my artistic soul was kind of hidden. It went like hiding somewhere. So it was like, no, now it's time to get it out from there.
Doesn't it get lonely sometimes to be by yourself?
There is only like, I can count it maybe like in my one hand, like how many times I felt lonely in these last 3 years. You know, it's not a lot.
Another thing, I noticed that you have quite a few followers on Instagram. Yeah, I mean, that's wonderful for you. Congratulations. You obviously pay attention to the Instagram. How important is social media for you, for your work?
It's like sometimes I feel it's important, sometimes I feel it's not, and I have like a hate and love relationship with the social media, and I have sometimes the pressure that I need to do it, and yeah.
How often do you do it?
Well, I try to post like twice a week to be a little bit okay for the algorithms. But the thing is, like, first I was like stressing a little bit too much about it and trying to be like doing things like for the algorithm so people can actually notice my work and see me. And then I saw that, okay, I'm getting too crazy about this and it's taking too much my time and my mental health. So I was like, okay, I will just do it when I feel okay to do it, and that's it. It's like it's made to be like addictions to people in a way, just to be scrolling, and I don't want people to kind of I don't know, it's a very difficult topic, but I try to keep it as a tool for me, so it's like a chisel for me, but in a device of like a mobile phone, and it's a tool that I use for marketing for now, and I try to keep it in that way. And yeah, there was something else I wanted to say about this.
Yeah, no, I'm asking because I think it's very important for artists especially, and
yeah,
and if you travel a lot of the time, I mean, just change a location, then people should.
It is important in a way, and also like the things what I want to post is something to calm the nervous system of people. I don't want it to be the one who is like, you know, fast and crazy music all the time, colors, things. It's like, no, it's like I want to in a way show my kind of lifestyle of calm and peace and hope and like nature. So when they are scrolling, if they come up on some video of the forest, that's amazing if their nervous system can go a little bit down, you know, in between of all the other circles. So yeah.
Is it on Instagram you're upkeeping, or do you have other media there that you're using as well?
Well, I think Instagram is the one that I'm using the most at the moment. But of course I have a page on LinkedIn, a little bit on TikTok too. I tried there. Let's see what's happening. And well, Facebook also.
Yeah.
But the Facebook comes like when you post on Instagram, it goes there too, so I don't have to do any extra work.
But what has worked for you on Instagram, for example, to make people see you and your art? Is it just posting often enough?
I think it's the consistency. Like, okay, you have a certain rhythm of doing it like twice a week. Do it twice a week. Don't leave anything, you know. It should be like that. And also I think it's about if you're just being more like honest and yourself and like real, because there's so much like unreal stuff with a lot of, so I think that's still this is what I want to like show. It's my real me and real life, what is happening, and you know, sharing those kind of things.
Yeah.
And the work. Yeah. So I believe being just honest, it's still the key for everything in the end. You know.
No, of course you can create a persona, but how long can you upkeep that? You know, it's going to be very exhausting to just show something that isn't.
Yeah.
That's what I'm also trying to do here, to just have these conversations as honest as possible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, let's talk. Well, we have been talking about the space throughout this talk. You can't avoid this with this type of a space. But as a studio space, how big is the space you can work with here?
How big is this space? How many square meters is this? I don't know. It's very small. Well, the car is only 5 meters long. Okay, so there is at least like almost 2 meters there already. So maybe this is 3 meters.
3 meters by what?
By 2, maybe 1.5.
1.5, more like it.
Yeah. So mainly like my carving area is from here around there. You know, this is the area where I carve.
Couple meters.
Yeah.
I mean, this definitely affects how big works you can make.
Oh, for sure.
But yeah.
But this is the thing, like when making small pieces, so you can create then massive installations.
Yeah, you make them modular.
Yeah. And I think the biggest, like the relief. Yeah, relief. Thank you. Is like 48 centimeters, like the diameter. So I think that's the biggest in here.
The size of the table.
Yeah, that you can like do. So it's coming a little bit out, so you have like still space to go around.
How do you deal with all the dust that the wood makes when you carve?
Well, to be honest,
no,
it doesn't make any dust, because when you carve, it's a
actually
heavy.
You hand carve it.
Yeah, I'm hand carving it. It's dropping to the floor, and if I have to sand a lot, of course, I will go outside.
What is your favorite element of this space? Like, what do you like about it the most?
I think it's the kitchen.
The kitchen?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just love to cook there.
You love to have a kitchen?
Yeah, it's like cooking is one of my most favorite things to do. It's just like, so then you have like of course you can chop things in here, so you have space here to, you know, doing all the choppings, whatever, and then you have 2 nice stoves there. You can cook and you can watch the ocean or the sea or the forest or whatever at the same time. I don't know, yeah, cooking, I think. And of course then going to sleep. That's like one of the best things in a day. It's like, or you know, just when you go to the bed, it's like, oh, I can go to sleep. So the bed and the kitchen.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Back to the basics, you know.
Have you ever had a studio space as an artist with other people?
Actually, I did in London in one point, but at that time, I was also full-time working, so I wasn't there too much, which was a pity. But there were other artists, and sometimes I was there. But otherwise, no, not really, because then I could use, when I was working at the furniture company making the furniture, so I could work there on my own time with my own project. So I didn't need to have my own like a atelier or studio.
So you're not interested in making furniture anymore?
Well, I think I'm on hold on that, because I was making such a long time. So I kind of wanted to make something totally different, because making like 7-8 years something so specific, something so like has to be perfect, you know, the joints has to be perfect, it has to be straight, it has to be in this angle, it has, you know, it's like the joint has to be like, you know, a certain sound coming almost when you're putting it in. It's like it has to be perfect. Now I'm like free form, more like things doesn't have to be like, you know, nothing is straight here.
Yeah.
It's like I wanted to create more organic forms, and you know, so there has to be a balance, I think. So now I'm doing this. Who knows what's gonna be after a year or two? Maybe I go back to furniture in somehow. Who knows?
Yeah.
But right now I don't have the feeling that I need to.
Well, I usually ask people how important it is for them to have a studio space, but with woodwork, you have to have some where dedicated space to do it.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, for example, I still need to go sometimes to a proper wood workshop to make like pieces like this, what you can see there. So I need to glue up some bigger pieces, I need to plane them. So this kind of work I still have to do. So in either, it depends on where I am at the moment, I can go and rent a place for a little bit, or ask a friend, can I come for a little bit, I rent your workshop for like a 1 day, 2 days. Or then you can go to, like, there are also like these communal work spaces which has almost all the basic woodworking machines, like Hack Lab. Maybe you've heard about that. Yeah. And also like these kansanopistot.
Oh, yeah.
For example, in Tampere there is a very nice one, like a super nice, and actually I am going there tomorrow, or I will be going to Tampere and spend there for the next 3 weeks. So I have like a little course there going on, so I can be using the facilities there.
Nice.
And there is a very nice community also, and a lot of carvers actually.
The famous Tampere carvers.
Yeah, no, seriously. Seriously, I'm serious. There is this Markus Pakkala who started creating this like a carving group.
No, I was joking, but of course, why wouldn't there be people who like to do that there?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But it's nice. So there are like possibilities to find a workshop if you need to.
Has it happened at some point when you were traveling somewhere else in Europe and you would need a workshop?
Yeah.
Do you just Google what they have there? Or
yes, I can Google, or then just someone knows someone who has a workshop. And then, like, for example, I asked when I was in Portugal, there was this one workshop, so I just asked if they could make this and this for me. And I brought my own wood there and said, can you glue it up like this? Can you plane it like this and that? So I got like a piece that I wanted, and then I could continue from that.
Yeah.
But because of I'm in a way well, I want to do my things my way. Like, I'm kind of perfectionist when it comes to like my work, so I want to be glued certain way or whatever, you know, it has to be.
So that perfectionism from the joints from when you were working, it's still there?
Oh, for sure it's there. Oh, for sure. I think it's never gonna go away, you know. But also it's because of the wood as a material, it moves. After, you know, it moves, and you have to know how it needs to be glued, and not everyone knows how to also glue them. So you can't just like trust in a way whichever workshop you're gonna go that they will know, you know. So that's why you're like this way. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I'm thinking, because I have this one piece that is made of wood that I glued. It's like, did I do it the right way? What's going on with that work?
If it's a small piece, probably it's not gonna do any bad, you know. But like, for example, this table, it's very wide. So if I didn't have these, it would be like that, or this, you know.
Yeah, you have
It's
like two
kinda like-
planks underneath
yeah,
to just
yeah,
hold
otherwise
it.
it's gonna, because it moves and you have to know how to glue all these, so it's super sturdy and it works.
Have you made everything here by yourself?
No,
No.
it's only what I did is this working bench and this part I changed, and well, one of them, the chopping boards. I think that's it. And I changed the floor to a cork floor because, well, it was horrible, the floor before. And I painted everything. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
And the furniture is kind of what for the.
It was all here.
It was all. Right.
It was like this. Yeah.
It's very retro, cute type of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was like everything was like the color of, you know, what is inside that bookshelf. That color.
Middle brown.
Yeah, it's like this cherry or beach, like beach color. And that was like in the 80s and 90s, you know, the cool thing. Everything has to be like beach. Like a fake wood.
Yeah.
So so I decided I will paint. And I remember like few were saying, why you don't like make it everything yourself? And I was like, if I start doing that, I am not gonna be leaving with this car for the next year, you know. It has to, like, I will just do the minimum that I have to so I can start living the life that I wanna live, you know. And it was a good choice.
We're back. The light is back.
Yes.
Everything is back.
Yes.
And we were talking about exhibitions.
What was the question? If I go to exhibitions or if I've been influenced by or inspired by other artists?
Well, that was coming. No,
okay. Like, yeah, if it's easy to access to some exhibitions, I will go. But most of the time, I'm like in the middle of nowhere.
They rarely have exhibitions.
Yeah,
there.
that's the thing. So, but I love exhibitions, you know.
Well, what are some artists that you like?
Well,
follow their work?
Well, at the moment, I'm very inspired of Mikki Paajanen's work. He's carving wood and also painting on it, so he's making a very beautiful painting carvings on the wood.
Objects.
Yeah, or they're mostly it's reliefs that he's making.
Is there somebody else, or is it you're focusing on?
Well, at the moment, I get a lot of inspiration for life, for my life also in that way. Like he was like when I started my carvings and this kind of lifestyle, he was kind of supporting me there, you know. I went to his studio space in Jurva. I asked if he can teach me a little bit there, so I was there for a week. So he was like mentoring me.
Nice.
And like helping me to kind of to start in a way.
This is another whole topic, but the mentoring thing, it's really like if you just start, I mean, even if you're not just starting, but if you feel lost at some point, like
yeah, and I was lost at that point, so he was like really giving me a lot of like mental and also the physical support in a way, like as a carving, you know. So
yeah, just having somebody to give you advice.
Yeah, advice.
It's really,
yes,
really important.
Yes, and like kind of giving the trust is like, yeah, you can do this, you know, like someone believing you in the moments when you are not believing yourself. And I remember like in one point on my travel, I was really close to give up because I was sick a lot. I was very ill. So, and also my hair started falling. At the time, I lost my hair while I was traveling, so there was a lot of like
a lot of stress.
Identity.
Or
it can.
Or what was it?
Well, yeah, it was probably after I had a COVID. I had quite a bad one. So I started losing the hair after that.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was also like, in a way, the whole identity that I have created as an artist or as a maker, as a human being, it kind of fell down with the hair in a way too, you know. So it's like it was really like a proper cleanup. So I had to start slowly building up, and asking like, who am I? Who am I? What do I want to be? And who do I want to be, you know? And also like living this lifestyle in, I don't know, I think I was in France at the time.
And you're alone there?
Yeah, well, yeah, I was alone at the time, but then also I was very lucky because my sister lives there. So when I had the like a very shitty moment that I needed to go to the doctors and everything, so I could stay at her place. So I just left the car and stayed there and for 1 month to recover. And then I was like, okay, now I need to like continue my travel. I need to get out from the city. I need to go back to the nature. And I went, and I had the feeling, maybe I should just go home, you know. It's like, I'm getting a little tired of this. So then I remember I sent a message to Mickey saying like, Mickey, you know, I'm getting a little tired. And then he was like, no, you continue. No, you can do this, you know, just go, you know. So he was like really pushing me on that time when I was like giving up. And I was like, you know, I'm going back home. I'm not doing this. So he was, he's a
Wow.
big kind of mentor for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing all of this. Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of came out right now.
Yeah, no. I haven't ever had a mentor like that. And I really want to have one day. I think it's really valuable.
Yeah.
You can learn a lot.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
And probably one day you would mentor somebody else if there would be a chance.
Oh, I hope so. I hope I could help someone the way that, or some other way, you know, that I can kind of give it back what I got.
Yeah.
You know, on the right moment when I really needed it.
Thank you so much for this conversation and
thank
for
you.
having me here.
Thank you for coming here. I'm very happy.
I think I'm happier, but it's okay.